You can get a little light on it. There we go.
Hello, humans.
Hello. Oh.
Welcome to the bar today with
Whoa.
Ian probably blinding you.
Hello, the guy. Hello, the guy. Okay, I'll turn these off.
Sweet.
Are they off? I think they're off.
Yeah, it's
Right?
off. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, let me just get this going here. Let me get this all set up. Perfect. Okay. Cheers. I'm all set up. I'm all set up.
Why do we suck so much at intros?
We're getting better.
We're the worst.
We're getting better. We'll never figure it out. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the bar today. We'll never completely figure out an intro. That one we were trying something with the flag. We had the dog holding the flag. I tried to give it some cool lights. I think it probably went better than anticipated. I feel, anyways. I feel it probably went better than anticipated.
You think so? I thought it was kind of crappy.
It was great.
Okay.
It was fantastic. I think that was high level of excellence in the field of starting something. Starting is always the hardest part. Starting anything. I don't care who you ask. You ask anyone and they'll tell you that starting something is the hardest part.
It is.
You try to start something, that's always the hardest in anything.
And it's also the most important.
Yeah, if you don't get started, it never starts, right? So arguably that is the most important thing. Starting anything, like you ask anyone, it's always the hardest thing. What's the hardest thing? Starting. Just literally, just starting. That's it.
Yep.
Just starting it.
Starting. Yup.
Just starting it up. Just firing it up. Just getting it going.
Yep.
How are you doing today? How are you feeling today?
I'm okay. I'm a little achy.
Are you? You've been doing a bit, and you've been doing a lot of physical things, which for you is difficult.
Yep.
And yeah, me too. I'm a little bit achy, but I've also been kind of moving around a lot and doing this, doing that. So I'm definitely a little bit slower on the uptake right now at this point in time.
The weather is
got my hard hat on.
Humid and damp.
It's actually been not bad. It's been pretty good. Weather's been pretty good. Canada's been pretty good.
Our weather has been pure rain.
The past couple days have been nice. Have been nice.
It rained for like a month before.
Okay, yes. Before that, we were in a bit of a slump.
Yeah.
We were in a bit of a weather slump as far as basically pouring rain all the time here, which is you can't do anything great outside when it's pouring rain. So, well, I mean, you can, but it kind of sucks a little bit sometimes. So.
Yeah, so the autoimmune issue is a little upset at the moment.
Fair.
But that's
absolutely. Okay. But that's okay, because today it was a little bit of a mix. Here. Some rain, some sun, and overall we're doing good now. So far, not too bad.
Not too bad
overall.
Not too bad. I am setting up my online shop.
Are you? What's that all about? Talk a little bit about that. What's your online shop?
Well, because artist, if people want to get prints from me or whatever, commissions, that kind of thing, prior to now, I've had people just message me.
Okay, fair.
But I know that can be uncomfortable for some people, and it's also really annoying. Mm-hmm. And then for me too, like, you know, I get messages from just my friends chatting, and then I'll get messages from people asking me questions about my art and da-da-da-da. So I'm like, okay. Take two, because I tried this once before, and it didn't work out well. But that was before. This is now. So, and I'm using a different platform. So
you're trying a more streamlined approach, I think, is what you're going for.
That's what I'm trying to do.
More of a here it is, click it, try to get it, and if you want one, it's easier.
Yeah.
You're trying to make it easier, I think.
I'm trying to make it easier, and I am for the first time going to be offering digital stuff.
Cool. That's awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah. So I've been doing that.
Cool.
did a lot of stuff today. I was setting up the commissions page, which
Cool.
I've never done before.
Mm-hmm.
I've done commissions, but it's always just been like, again, message me, right?
Totally, yeah.
But
for
now I'm going to have like a thing that has all the different types of commissions that I do. So like pet portraits and dinosaur profiles and
So you're kind of going to elaborate on that section more so that it includes more of everything that you do.
Yeah.
Kind of all in a one spot type of thing. That's
Yeah.
what you're looking for or looking to create,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
So I'm using coffee, which I've
That's
just
cool.
started dipping my toes in.
Okay, that's the one you like the most.
Well,
Seems
right
to
now,
be for you, yeah.
It's
At
very,
this point in time, seems to be
it's
good.
very user friendly. It's
Okay.
easy to navigate.
Okay.
It is playful without being too busy. There are some customization abilities even for like the free stuff, and then if you pay for like a yearly or monthly subscription or whatever, then you get more customization of abilities.
Sure, yeah. What do you look for? Because in the world of platforms, there's a lot of competition now. So what do you look for when you're picking something to use or put your stuff on? What's the key things for you as far as a platform to select to use as an artist? What do you look for as an artist in like a platform that you want to use? That's something that's popular for you when you're looking at different platforms that maybe might help you with your art. What's something that you look for?
I like the ability to customize things.
Just customize, eh?
I'm an artist. That's what I do.
Okay.
I art. So
Okay.
like for me, if it's like say something like WordPress.
Yeah.
As far as I know, WordPress is kind of like a glorified version of like Microsoft Word, right?
WordPress?
Is that, or is it a full website builder? I don't even know. Okay, let me backtrack. Rewind the tape. I don't like when things are just like Times New Roman font and like,
So you want to be able to customize your entire page?
Yes.
Is what you're trying to say.
Yes. Now with coffee, you can't do that as much. Like you can't change the color of your background, for instance.
Fair.
But like you can add messages to stuff. You can like change titles of things, and you can add different like widgets and stuff. And there's just different things that you can do. So
That's cool.
I'm liking that so far.
Cool.
I haven't had anyone use it yet.
Oh,
like
okay.
to contact me or to buy something from me or that kind of thing, because I'm still sort of setting it up.
Sure.
So,
But this seems to be the one that's creating your most user-friendly experience.
right now, there's no crazy ass fees. Fuck you, Etsy.
Not a fan of Etsy.
Nobody is.
Not
Not
really
anymore.
a fan right
Nobody
now.
is anymore.
They kind of went a little too wild.
They started.
Did they bro down too
Yeah,
hard?
they bro down too hard.
They bro down too hard.
They doubled down.
Yeah.
So it's great for traffic, but
Yeah, got a little too bro down for you. For many people, I think.
yeah,
Went a little too bro down. Fair.
Etsy used to be about helping the artist get started.
Then they just broed down.
Now they're just making money from people.
So you kind of went, I'm going to try something else.
Yeah, so I started looking around for things with...
Well, that's what I'm saying. What else is out there? It's always changing.
With like little to no fees.
And it's always changing. So
always
anybody
changing.
who makes something better has the advantage.
Because I find like...
Anybody that gets too stagnant and thinks that they're doing great, that's when like you got to watch out for somebody else who's building something better. You know what I mean? It's like... It's always like that.
Like
it's
I have
always
Patreon,
like that.
and I've had it for a few years.
Yeah.
But it's very dull, I find. Like there's not There's not a lot to it.
Fair.
For me.
That's
and
cool.
the way I do things.
That's cool.
And then anything you want to do besides, say, post a blog,
Yeah.
you have to pay for. So it's like...
Okay, yeah. It doesn't really create the experience that you're looking for, I think,
No,
right?
it doesn't. No.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair.
So
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna try this and see.
Sure. Sure. Anything that I've found with internet stuff is you have to just try different things for me to find out what you like, what you don't. Some of it can be more frustrating, some of it can be easier, but you just have to try things. Like that's what I found
I
anyway.
think from what I understand about coffee is that you do have to like check on your page.
Yeah.
So I don't know if someone purchases something if I get an email about that or if I have to actually check my coffee page.
Oh, okay. Fair. Yeah.
I think I have to check. So, but
Okay.
that's fine. I
Okay.
would rather that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we all
yeah.
know our emails get
Oh
flooded.
yeah, the junk mail in today's
Ugh.
life is insane. I
Pain in the
mean, they
ass.
try to filter it, but there is like,
Yeah, but
I
then
think
they
most
filter
of the
too
emails
much.
now are just all junk anyway. Like most of them feel like
And the
it's
ones
just
that aren't go in
junk
your
mail,
junk mail.
junk mail, junk mail. It's just like, oh my god, there's so much.
So
Like, did I win another prize again? You know what I mean? It just feels like you're just winning junk mail
I
prizes.
want to win a prize.
Yeah. Ugh. What would be the cool? Nice one. That one was a good one.
Thank you.
What would be the coolest prize if you actually won a prize that you could think of? Right now, at this point in time, what would be a prize that you would just be really excited about? Like, you just won a prize. What is it? What would excite you right now if you had to win a prize? What would be an exciting prize for you? You just won a prize. What is something that's making you go, yes, I'm excited that I just won this prize? What's in your prize pack? What's something that's cool that you would be excited to win?
You asked me 6 times. I'm trying to think.
I know, but I like asking you more than once because I like
but you
I
can
like
ask
putting
2 or
my
3.
putting my point across.
2 or 3.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. A trip to Chicago.
A trip to Chicago. Amanda
Right
wants to go
now.
to Chicago. She's going.
Because
She's going to the Windy City.
I want to see the new Archaeopteryx.
So there's a new Archaeopteryx there?
Yeah, so they just
Cool.
found
There you go.
Archaeopteryx number 13.
Nice. That's over in Chicago right now?
Yeah, it's in Chicago
Cool,
at the
that's
Natural
sweet.
History Museum.
Nice,
And
nice.
I've wanted to go to the Chicago Natural History Museum.
Yeah,
for
I've
many years,
never been there.
And now
I've never
there's
been
like
there.
2 really big reasons to go.
Oh, cool. That's it.
There's the Archaeopteryx, and there's also a really cool Spinosaurus display that would be really sick. to
Oh,
see.
that is sick. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
That would be cool
All
to check
expense
out.
paid trip.
So a trip to Chicago
Yeah.
will be your top prize right now. Well, that's cool just to see that specifically.
moment.
Just to see that specifically.
Behind the scenes.
Oh, cool.
Got to have that in there.
Behind the scenes.
I want to see collections, man.
Ooh, so you want the prize to include behind the scenes?
Well, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Well, that's a cool prize. That's an interesting one. Unique as per always. As per always. That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool. Nice.
Yep. What about you, prize man?
Prize man?
What about you? What kind
Oh,
of prize would
man.
you like if you were to win
If
a prize?
I was to win a prize?
right now, a
If
prize
I was
pack.
to win a prize pack.
If you were to win a prize
If
pack,
I was to win a prize
now.
pack right now.
what would you want in your prize pack?
Oh man.
Right now. Right now.
Oh man, if I was to win a prize pack right now, my prize pack would include. I think if I won a year supply of pizza from whatever, any pizza, I think that would be my cool prize pack. Like, you want a year supply of pizza, like that would be to me like dope. That'd be so
cool.
sick. Just like a year supply of pizza from something. To me, like that's like I would always think that would be a sick prize pack.
That would be a
year
sick
supply of pizza. To me, that would be pretty cool. I wouldn't even be picky about the pizza.
No?
If I won a year supply of pizza from something, I wouldn't even care. Like, as long as it was decent, obviously. But very rare that I've had bad pizza. I mean, some are better than others, but it's very rare like that I'd be like, oh, this is gross pizza, or this one's nasty.
That's
It's just
fair.
kind of very rare. But if I want a year supply at this point in time, that's what I would be super down for in my prize pack. I think that would be like sick. I'd be super stoked about that. In my current prize pack right now, that's what I'm going with.
Cool.
Year supply of pizza.
Cool.
Prize pack.
That'll change in an hour.
No,
Mine
in like a week. But at this point in time, That's what I'm going with.
Cool.
That's what I'm definitely going with. Cool. Absolutely.
That's cool.
Hell's yeah. We got the little girl here, holding. We wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the girl and the Canadian flag and Canada and what's going on in the spring and the summer for us and just in general with the
Canada's a hot mess.
But it's way better. It's way better. See, you're so like kind of like strange about your ways when it comes to things. But see, I'm always trying to get you to see the things in the best light possible when sometimes you can just be doing this. You can just be doing like...
I don't always stand like that a lot. It's comfortable.
Just like doing one of these.
My hands are freezing.
Dude, I think it's so much better now. Like, honestly,
really?
we went through a rough patch, but in my own personal opinion, way better. Way better. The people that make more higher decisions are doing way better. The country feels better when I'm out there. I think it's way better right now, this point in time, than it was a year ago or 2 years ago. I think it's way better. Personally, I think Canada is doing great. I actually think that it's back, to be honest with you. In my opinion, I have good vibes now again. I know that you... See, this is where we can have different opinions a little bit. Mm-hmm. But for me, I feel so much better now than it was before. Even at this point a year ago, I think that the people that are making more of the decisions... Like, I'm not a politician. I don't like getting involved too much. It's not my strong point. I understand it's insanely complicated. But I also think that they've done way better at making choices for things this past little bit of while than it has been before. So, and when I'm out there just living life, it feels like it's better, way better than it was. Personal opinion, I think it's good now. I think it's good. I think it's still a beautiful, probably one of the best countries that you can be in. And if you have an argument against that, then I want to hear it.
No, I think Canada is one of the best countries you can be in. I just think that they being our governing officials, are fucking up a lot and forgetting what Canada should be about.
Elaborate on your point of view.
Trying to think of things. No, I'm just trying to think of a way to not say it without offending someone. I find it to be very narrow-minded.
Okay, fair.
And only paying attention to specific populations. And it has this very either you're with us or against us attitude. And I don't like that. That's not...
What do you mean you're with us or against us? What are you trying to say when you say you're with us or against us? Because I'm not sure I fully understand that.
Either you agree with Canada's points of view 100%, or you're a piece of shit. Like, that's just kind of the way I'm seeing it right now.
Okay, so you're kind of saying if you're on the outside of the point of views, then it's kind of like you're not really necessarily liked as much or welcome as much or something like that?
You don't get help or...
Okay, fair.
People won't listen to you.
Okay, fair. You're not given the time of day is what you're trying to say?
You're not given the time of day, yeah.
Okay, fair.
I really fucking hate that the government is controlling what people can and cannot see and can and cannot say and can and cannot do on the internet when it comes to social media platforms.
You're not a fan of censorship?
No, I'm not. Fuck censorship. I wrote a massive essay about that. Actually, a couple of essays.
So you're just not a fan of censorship,
no.
I think is what you're trying to say.
Especially not in Canada. That's
Canada, to me, is a place where you can be and say whatever the hell you want. So I completely agree with you on that point.
Yeah.
That censorship is dumb, and I feel like trying to censor things is insane. It's insane because it makes no sense.
No.
So I'm going to agree with you on that. I think that is maybe an area that's a little bit trying to be figured out right now, right? But I think overall, as far as the general vibe of the country goes, I'm way better in the Canada of right now than it was before or even a year or two ago.
Funding for the arts
Like,
is still getting slashed over and over and over again. Uh, Kids in schools are able to have extracurricular activities if they even go to school at this point. Like, teachers don't know what the fuck is going on. Our school system is just a hot mess. Like, it's just real bad. I know it's rough in the States too. It's not okay right now. What else? Um,
Amanda's picking out the holes. I'm just trying to keep it positive.
See, there's a difference between keeping it positive and being completely ignorant. You can't
Woohoo!
you can't change something if you don't address
The
it.
maple syrup's gonna be running again soon. We're getting new trees tapped here. We're getting the syrup's gonna be running. We're gonna be getting new syrup. There's gonna be more batches coming out. It's maple syrup season again, baby, and it's running. It's gonna be time to run that syrup. Run that syrup.
I don't know if this is a thing around Canada or if it's just like a Sudbury thing. But when it comes to advertising for events and reaching out to people to do these events, so whether they're vendors or merchants or entertainment, whatever the fuck, I often don't hear about it until it's like the day before or the day after. Like I just found out that the Gory Hole, so we have this.
But that's not an issue with the country.
Maybe it is. Maybe Canada doesn't advertise its events very well.
So we need to hype it up more.
The website.
We need to just get more hype.
Canadian websites are garbage.
Well, you got to build a better one. Build a better one then.
Okay. I don't know how to code.
What website? What website do you think is shit?
What website do I think is shit? Holy fuck. Off the top of my head, I go on a lot of websites.
I don't know. You just said all our websites are shit.
Yeah, anything from the government is garbage. They're just the Arthritis Society's webpage is shit. I think I went on a the theater website, garbage.
So you're not a fan of the internet, basically.
I'm a fan of the internet. I'm not a fan of what Canada's doing on the internet.
Oh, okay. So you want less shit websites, less censorship, and more dogs licking maple syrup?
People need to just remember that we live in a world. Okay?
We live in a
We
world.
live in a world.
Okay,
And,
okay.
There's been this thing too, and I don't know if this is a Canada thing or if it's an all over the world thing, but this like regurgitation of words in policies when giving presentations is really bad.
Okay.
Whether that is like a dinosaur presentation or like an arts council presentation or whatever, doesn't matter. You'll hear these same words get regurgitated over and over and over again. And it makes me feel like they're not thinking, like they're just like reading.
Oh, okay. So it's like scripted.
Yeah, like
Yeah, okay. So how would you make it better?
care. Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
People need to care. I don't think they care.
Okay.
I really don't. I don't.
Like, give some examples.
What do you mean?
Like when you say people need to care more, like would you like, give some examples then?
So if someone were to ask, like,
What's something you find right now is the most focused thing that needs more care as far as your focus point is? Where are you going? Because I need to figure this out. I need to figure this out because I'm not really seeing it the same as you. That's why I'm just trying to figure it out. So you feel like there's not enough care. So let's pick one point. What do you feel like needs more care focus? What's like one thing then? Because I'm not necessarily completely agreeing with everything you're saying here. So I'm just trying to figure it out. So what's one thing that you feel like needs more care that can be focused on? Like what's one thing that's really important to you that it's like
rent hikes,
we got to care more about
rent hikes,
this. We got to care more about this
landlords,
thing.
landlords,
Landlords. That's
landlords taking advantage of tenants.
okay. You don't like that.
No, I don't. I don't think it's okay for some person to charge some kid going to university $1,400 a month to rent a fucking room in their house.
So you want more care and focus towards rentals and landlords and stuff like that. That's a very high priority for you.
Well, I'm not putting things in priority or not. I'm not.
You're just saying this is
I'm
something
saying
that you
this
want
is a
to
problem.
care more about. That's a affordable living is a problem.
Affordable living is a problem.
Affordable living is your number one thing that needs more care.
Assistance is a problem.
Affordable living is your number one care point.
No.
Is what you're trying to say.
I'm not saying it's my number one care point. I'm saying it's a care point. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not ranking shit.
Fair. Okay.
I don't believe in that off the top of my head.
No, that's why I just asked you because I'm like, okay, we got a lot of points here, so let's try to pick one.
Yeah.
Let's try to pick one. So that's a good example.
That's one.
You just want more affordability when it comes to just being able to afford a place to live, basically.
Yeah.
You want more care put towards that topic.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't disagree with you on that. It's
Like,
it's a very strange one.
I think it's horrible that
Mm-hmm.
young families can't buy a home to have their family
basically function.
to function.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
these people.
Cost of living is insane.
These people are living in a box.
It's pretty wild right
You
now.
know, and
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
Like
Mm-hmm.
as you age, as you grow, I think anyone wants to feel like they're going somewhere. They're moving in a positive direction.
Yeah.
They're going towards something.
I agree with you.
The way our systems, our economy, our everything is set up
Yeah.
isn't supporting that vision.
Yeah.
Which
I
I
kind of
think
agree.
is what Canada's vision, again,
Yeah. I would back you
is
on that.
supposed to be.
I would back you on that for sure. I think like to me what's really important and I think it's a small step towards a very bright future and I agree with you on that is if you don't have somewhere that you know that you can be at month to month because you're always on edge about whether you're going to be able to live in this place or not. That's very hard. That's very frustrating. Very hard to know if you're going to be able to make it from month to month constantly. Just worrying about that is nuts. It's nuts. It's a hard way to live because when you're thinking about that too much, you can't even really go and do other things because you're always like, am I still going to be here next month? A lot of that can create a lot of problems.
And like mental
so I
health.
agree with that.
Mental health
That can
right
weigh
now.
on mental health a lot, for sure.
Exactly. And,
Absolutely.
you know,
I agree
all
with
of
you.
these
I
things
definitely agree with you on that. For sure.
are creating a horrible mental health status for people.
Yeah, and especially the younger people, like we're in the middle right now. Like we're kind of, we're not the younger people, but we're still not the older people. We're kind of in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So for us, it's like we're looking back on our past selves, just going through endless amounts of things. And I completely agree with you that if that can be something that's easier for younger people to even come into their first rental place, their first whatever, that stuff is incredibly difficult when you're coming into that for the first time. And when you're always trying to figure this out or figure this out. And that is a huge point.
Yeah,
I would agree
those
with
are
you.
the people that
I would agree
need
with you.
help. You know,
They
like,
do, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
to go and have like a bunch of meetings with a bunch of different suits from different banks trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
a loan
Oh,
that
I
you'll
know.
not be able to get because you don't have a high enough
Yeah,
income.
yeah, yeah. Or you don't own anything.
Or you don't
own like
own
you
anything,
own one
so
good.
therefore you
Yeah.
have no
Yeah,
collateral.
exactly.
You
You
know,
own
like
like one guitar and two pairs of jeans, and you're trying to talk to somebody about collateral, and you got like maybe a pair of
I'll give
socks.
you my
You
left
know.
sock.
Yeah. Where do I like put my kidney on this list? Basically, sometimes for sure. I would agree with you on that. I completely agree with you on that. And I think if you don't have a place that you know, like I'm going to be able to be in this place for the next 6 months and I don't have to think about it,
Yeah.
that is an incredible thing that is actually very important.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know if you're going to be able to afford something or be in a place for extended amount of time, it always creates endless anxieties towards a living situation. You know what I mean? So I agree with you on that. An unstable living situation is hard to be in. And we both know, through different things and in life, just how hard that can be. You know what I mean? So I agree with you on that for
So
sure.
why do you think that it's better?
Why do I think that Canada's better now? I think people that are making more decisions for the country are doing a better job at taking more time. They're rushing less. So there's less rushing when it comes to making these decisions. And I feel like the overall, general vibe, I'm a vibe kind of guy. Like I can pick up on vibes pretty well.
See, I'm a viber too, and my vibe is the moment I step out of my home, I feel like I shrivel.
Fair. You're still working on
heavy.
it. You're
It's
still
heavy.
working on it. Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
See, I don't feel that way anymore, but that's where we can be different. We can be different. I just think that the country is in a rebound phase right now because we went through complete shit for a while.
Yeah.
It was a shit show for a long time. But it's been good for a little while. It's still on the rebound. But I find personally, as a country, it's way better. The Canada today stands for freedoms, but yet we still put out censorship, which it's contradicting. You know what I mean?
And that's
So
another problem.
it's a waste of time and energy to put that into that when you could be doing so much more time, like so much more stuff with your time and energy as far as putting it into more positive things. And they are. I'm not saying that they're not. It's going to take a bit of time.
Give me an example.
But they are building more affordable housing. They're building more apartments. They're building more things. There's a lot of construction going on right now.
Those are the same.
There's a lot of construction going on right
But
now.
it's the same.
It is happening.
Rich people that are buying plots of land and building these things and probably charging $2,000.
But see,
plus.
they've said that that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They're building a lot of things for affordability. I swear, man, I've heard these things.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things too. I'll believe it when
But
I see it.
I am seeing it. They're
You're
building
seeing
it
a
right over
building,
there.
but
They're
you're
building
seeing a
it right up
building.
the street.
You're not seeing what they're charging for people.
Not yet. I don't know the
plan.
plan.
You're not seeing.
But
the
from what I
living
understand,
space.
that's what it's going to be. So I'm seeing the positives right over there. They're building it right now.
Yeah,
It's being
but
built.
it's not.
It's not enough. Is it too little, too late?
No, I'm not going to say that it's affordable housing yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to say that. It's a
Fair.
building right now.
That's fair.
Whoopee.
That's fair.
Whoop
That's
fucking
fair.
me.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I agree. I
You know?
agree with you. Yeah. It's until the numbers are there or the layout for this affordable thing is
Yeah.
there. Like, you know what I mean? Then
Like, what's
I will see it.
affordable?
I
What
agree.
is that?
What does that mean anymore? It's inflation's made things insane. So what does that even mean? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think where we kind of live in a weird thing with this country because it's such a great country as far as the intelligent people in this country are very well in tune and aware at making good decisions for the most part. But the affordability thing in Canada is a bit insane. It's getting whack. It's going like this, up and down, up and down, up and down. Sometimes it feels like it's all right. Then other times something messes up and then the inflation goes crazy again. And then it's just like affordability's gone again.
Yeah.
So it's going up and down. But I do feel like if we can find some sort of middle ground and strive for it, man, young families are having a hard time, man, in the country. Affording to live here is definitely tricky. And if you want people to have bigger families and stuff, you got to get that affordability because it's not going to happen if you don't. If people are just feeling squeezed day to day and don't even know if you have a roof over your head the next month, as a single individual or even a couple, it's like you can't even like consider many other things because you can't even afford to live your own life. So it's just like you have to definitely take that into a factor. And I think if you were to pick one thing to focus on, that this country, as far as what's important right now, is we got to get that affordability dialed in. I mean, I think there's a lot of things going right, and I am more on the positive than I think you are, maybe.
Yep.
But I am seeing from what it was a year or two ago to what it is now. Like I'm feeling like they're making good decisions. They're taking their time. They're not rushing as much. I feel like for a while they were just rushing things. Things were just getting too wild. Too much rushing going on. But I feel as a country right now, we're taking more time to make our decisions. We're making smarter choices, I feel like, as a country. I feel like, Canada's kind of trying to figure out what the new version of it is going to be. We're going through big changes, but I'm excited about it. And I think the censorship thing we gotta let that go because like you can't police the internet. You can't police people what they're saying. That's stupid.
It makes me so mad.
It's stupid. It's just dumb. It's just like it's a waste of energy. It's a waste of energy.
I still
it's
haven't.
A complete waste.
I haven't read this news article yet, but one of my paleo pals in this giant group chat that we have shared this news article. There was a natural history museum, I forget where, I guess a few years ago, had a really bad fire. And I guess good things are happening for this museum now.
Cool.
I guess it's on the rebuild.
Yeah.
And I went to click on the link that she shared.
Yeah.
And I couldn't read it. It said that the content was not viewable to Canadians.
That's where I find it's weird. When the internet stuff gets censored, it's weird. I don't understand it.
But if I copy and paste that link and put it into my browser...
Well, see, this is why it's a waste of energy. Because if you have a friend that lives in the States, they can screen copy an image, send you the article. It's like all the censorship is useless.
It's useless.
Because if you know one person that can get the article, they can just copy it and send it to you.
That's all.
Exactly. So the censorship is useless because it doesn't work anyways.
No.
First of all, if you have a VPN, you can just dial into that and then you can get it that way. So like all these things that are aimed towards censorship are just waste of time, waste of energy. You're completely wasting your resources. And some IT guys sitting there trying to code this, and you're just wasting the poor guy's time. You know what I mean? It's like if you want something, you can get it. If you know anything about the internet, you can get stuff. Censorship isn't even real as far as trying to get something if you know how to. So it's like the country by country censorship is insane. It's pointless. It's a waste of energy. It's a complete waste of energy.
On censorship, we have a friend who's involved in burlesque shows, and she made a little video they have an upcoming show this weekend, I think.
I believe they are doing it this weekend, yeah. If anybody wants to check that out, actually might give that a shout out.
Yeah.
Burlesque show this weekend. It'd be a fun time. If you like burlesque and you like dancing and having a good time, it's a fun time.
Here for the pasties.
Yeah, the pasties, the burlesque pasties. Those are risky.
But
those are risky.
Made a little video.
Those are risky.
And posted it on her.
Did it get taken down?
Instagram.
Did it get removed?
Yeah.
It got censored.
It got removed for hate speech.
Whoa, that's weird. That's strange.
I don't even think she spoke. I think it was.
There wasn't even any words or something.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
What in the honest fuck?
Yeah, for sure.
And people's accounts getting shadow banned and all this junk. It's just ugh.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if that's
yeah.
A meta thing or if that's
a
Canada thing.
Yeah.
I think some of it is Canada, some of it is meta.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean I am not a fan of censorship. I don't understand it. I mean, I'm not the type of person that gets offended by things because you'd get offended by everything. I rarely do. I don't have that I don't really have that offended button thing that some people do. I personally just laugh at everything because I think, especially internet stuff, I think it's really funny. It's just the internet. You have to realize that. Mm-hmm. You can turn off the internet. You don't have to go on it. It's its own thing. But I do enjoy it for different reasons. There are cool and positive things to it, for sure, absolutely. Like anything, right? But I mean, I'm still feeling, when I'm living in this country, that I am proud to be part of a really cool country again. It's taken me a while because we did go through some shit, and I disagreed with a lot of things for some a long point of time. But I feel like I've also seen different points of views. I've talked to different people, and I mean, it's a beautiful country, man. Like, we have issues. Affordability is, I think, number one for me too. To try to dial in to
I
get
mean,
better.
Switzerland's a beautiful country too, and I don't think they have these kinds of problems.
Yes, yes. Maybe we can learn from the Swiss. Maybe we can learn from their ways a little
Yeah,
bit.
our
Maybe we
officials need to
can.
take their heads out of
Maybe
their
we
ass.
can. Maybe we should do a little bit better. Looking at other countries to be like, hey, what are you guys doing, or what's working over there, or like what's panning out.
So just like
See,
stuck in the America thing?
that's where I think that yeah. We gotta get our country back at one of those countries that people look at like, hey, look what they got going on over there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not in that right now.
No,
But
we're
I
making
feel
Florida news. That's not good.
if Canada makes the news in Florida,
It's not good.
you know something's going
bad.
on here.
It's bad.
You know something's going on in
Real
Canada.
bad.
If Canada makes the news in Florida, then you know something's going on here. Something heavy is dropping in the country, because if we're making news down there, oh boy, and we don't even have gators up here. So I'm telling you,
Not yet.
something's got to be
But
going
we
down.
got hammerhead worms.
Woo!
Hammerhead worms.
But yeah, I don't know. I agree. I kind of disagree with you on some of your points, but I agree with you on some of them.
So what's your rebuttal?
My rebuttal on a lot of things is
Pick
that
one point that I said, and
I think that you sometimes.
not my personality, my point.
Okay. Well, I agree with your censorship thing. I kind of see your points of views on how it's like, if you don't like this way of being, then you're on the outside and people don't like you. So I kind
It's
of
not even that you're disliked.
Yeah.
You're like
yeah,
exiled.
pretty much.
You're ostracized.
It's kind of like, yeah, like there's a lot of that. Like, if you're not following bop bop bop, it's like you're kind of like not
you're a
necessarily
bad person.
there's kind of like a vibe for that sometimes, but I also don't like to think that that's necessarily true either. I think it's a lot of just things going on in people's heads, and I think that's kind of the way I see it. Is like, we can sit around and argue about different points, but I think we need to do a better job at just agreeing that everybody can live differently, and everybody has different things that are important to them at different levels. So I think, like, to me, if you can create a country that is accepting to people that want to live differently within different ways of living, and then have everybody happy within that, which is basically impossible. But if you could figure that out, you've got yourself a pretty damn good country, man. And we've been through so much wildness that I feel like we're going back the right way, man. Like, I just feel
I
like
agree with you.
I just feel like we are.
I
feel like we
think
are. I'm like happy to be here again. I'm excited about the future.
I think we
You know,
are.
for a while I
going-
wasn't sure, but now I am.
I think we are going in a positive direction, and I think that way because of the people. If there's one positive thing that I've noticed recently is that Canadians as a society
Yeah.
are starting to speak up.
I think so. And
You know?
that's very important. And that's
is.
why censorship is shit.
Yeah,
It's shit. There's no censorship.
because
you can't have
Canadians
that.
are notorious for not
And
expressing their opinions.
The whole
right?
point of Canada is to be a place where you can express yourself. So why are we censoring people in a country that should be excited about expressing yourself? It's an insanity. We're creating the dumbest, rhetorical, stupid lineage, and it's like, come to Canada, the most beautiful, free place to be yourself and express yourself. We might censor you online. It's like, it's not. It's like, that's where I'm kind of like, what the hell is going on? But as far as that goes, it's a little weird. But I think, like, as far as the country goes, like, I want to be known as a country that you can come to and express yourself. You can just be whoever you want to be in this country. And that's what makes Canada beautiful, man, is the fact, like, sometimes affordability in this country can be hard. That's where I agree with you. But I also think that if you can come here, be yourself, be the best version of you, that's what Canada is to me, man. Free speech, free thinking to the way that you can be whoever you want to be. And to
agree.
me, there's no better country than this country for that. You can come here and be who you want to be. We're not like, it's
That's
a
our
wacky
ethos.
place.
I don't
It's a
think
wacky
it's there
place.
right now. I
the,
don't.
the reality is close, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying though. Is like if we keep going in this direction, that's where I think we're doing good. Like that's why I'm excited about the things that have been going on. I feel like they're taking more time to make decisions. Things like that might change. But I feel like overall, man, like I'm excited to live in Canada again. Like it's a beautiful place. There's a lot of opportunities to do all kinds of things in this country. And to me it represents freedom. It represents beauty. It represents opportunity. It's the Canadian dream.
I don't see a lot
the
of
Canadian dream and the American dream are different.
they
They're
are.
different.
Yeah.
That's why they say the American dream, and it's like that's great.
Oh.
But the Canadian dream is different. It's not the same as the American dream. You come up here to be yourself. I find it's a chiller vibe always, like up
Oh, yeah.
here.
The Canadian dream is to sit in a Muskoka chair with a beer in front of a lake and maybe fish if you feel like it.
There.
That's,
That is
that's-
what I agree on 100%. You got a
and
Muskoka
hearing
chair.
a loon.
You got a Muskoka chair. You got a loon. You got
A beer.
a fishing rod. You got a beer. That's the Canadian dream. That's the Canadian. And if we can get everybody to that moment in time, if you can just live in that moment for once in your life, you realize that it exists.
Yep.
And once you realize that it exists, it spreads. And if you can get everybody to live in that moment where you're in the Muskoka chair with the beer and you're fishing and you hear a loon, that is the Canadian dream, man.
That's it.
That's
Yep.
the Canadian dream, man. And if you can get anybody to do that one moment in time, you can realize we can all get there.
And we got a ways to go.
We can all get there.
We can.
We can all get there.
We can all get there.
Woo!
We got a ways to go, but we can all get there.
We got a ways to go,
Oh,
but
my
I feel like we're getting close, man. And I'm excited to be part of this country again. For a while, I was like, what are we doing? But I feel like I'm like back.
I'm glad
I feel,
you are.
I feel like I'm excited again.
I'm glad you are.
I've got my energies back and things are good again. And it's
I've
just
had
like,
a couple eyebrow moments.
Hey,
Had a couple
hey,
eyebrow moments.
everywhere has their issues.
No,
Everywhere
good
has-
eyebrow.
Oh, good eyebrow.
Good eyebrow.
Good eyebrow moments.
My
Okay.
eyebrows have
Fair,
been like
fair.
this for a
like
while,
like this, like this.
but now I'm kind of like,
Some of the smartest people live in this country. Some of the most incredibly able people live in this country, and there's a lot of people that can make shit
is Ken
happen.
Jennings from Canada? Isn't he Canadian? Is that the right
Oh
name?
man, I
Wait,
don't know.
I
Talking
think-
about the Jeopardy guy?
Yeah, is it? Yeah.
Was he? I don't know. I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm starting to hurt.
Are you starting to hurt?
My
Well,
shins are starting.
It was fun to hang out with you. We talked about a lot of cool things.
Yeah, I'm sorry to like
cut it out a little bit because I could have kept going. I had a few more points to make,
I'm
but
really sorry, but
I
it's,
think
it's starting to really
I think
hurt.
we touched a lot of points.
If you
and
okay,
I think
what's
we-
one last point you really want to make? If you
One
were-
last point that I really want to make.
Yeah, what's your drive home?
My drive home. My
Yeah,
drive home.
yeah, your drive
Mm.
home.
What's my drive home? My drive home is that if you can create a space where everybody can hop in a kayak and paddle around on a beautiful lake
That'd be a
for
real
a
big
while.
kayak.
Not everybody on the same kayak.
Well, you said everybody on the kayak.
Bring back dragon boats. That's my final point.
Fuck yeah!
Bring back dragon boats. What happened to dragon
I
boats?
don't know, they were cool.
Can we bring back dragon boats? Let's
Except
bring
for
back
when you
dragon
worked at
boats.
the
How do we
canteen.
figure out how
They
to
were
bring
not
back dragon
cool.
boats? We got to bring back those big long dragon boats and everybody paddling on them out there in
I
the
really
dragon
don't know
boats.
why they died. It was so
Dragon boats is the funniest thing.
It was.
We got to
there
talk
was
to some
so
people.
many people.
We got to talk to some people. We got to get dragon boats back. We got to get people out on their lakes. I've never been a sad moment when I'm on a lake. Have you ever been sad when you're on a lake?
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
When I really have to pee.
Oh, when you have to pee. Okay.
Yeah, because
Fair,
peeing in a boat for a girl
Fair.
is way more difficult.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't say for a girl. For someone who has a vagina, peeing off a boat is really hard to do. I have done it.
Have you done that? Like off the side of the boat?
I have pop squatted off the boat
Oh,
because I'm
that's
Canadian.
Because I'm Canadian and I pop squat off
I may
boats.
seem American,
I pop
but I
squat
have
off
my
boats.
Canadian moments.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only time though.
Dude, I think like we want like my final point is if we can get this country to a point where everybody here has peace of mind, that is so important. And that's different for everyone. But if we can just get people and everyone to a point where they have somewhere they can live and you know, somewhere that's affordable, and that's different for everyone. And yeah, sure, there's a million different points inside that point, but that's very key. For me anyways, for sure. It's like affordability, having somewhere when you're young and you're just going to your first place and you're just like, you feel like you're crushed month to month. It's like, that's such a shitty feeling. It can ruin you,
and
man.
I know we're not
it
the
can
only
ruin you.
country in this position.
I know.
We're not.
It's like that everywhere. But I think there's a lot of good people trying to figure it out.
But the shitty thing that kind of
I believe
happening,
I believe it.
is that the beautiful areas of the country, whether it's here, like with us, the Muskokas are probably the most well-known beautiful area.
Muskokas for us are like the most beautiful.
Like the Algoma area.
If you want to use the word ritzy, but it's just more built up. It's just more built up.
But that's what people think of when they think of the beauty of Canada.
That
or BC,
is like the huge part, the Canadian dream.
Yeah.
Muskokas are basically the Canadian dream.
Or like in the U.S., there's say areas in Montana that are also kind of part of that same sort of look.
Fair.
And what's happening is older people who don't have the same struggles as the younger generations.
Yeah.
This day and age.
Young families right now are definitely the hardest
So the older people who have that extra income are buying up the smaller properties that normally the younger families,
like the entry level ones. It's making it harder for entry level stuff for sure. Yeah.
So they're scooping up those entry level homes and turning them into Airbnbs.
That's tricky. Yeah.
And
because then you create a circle of just only the wealthy people can circle. Right, and you know what that does.
It's a huge problem right now. It's huge.
It's a very big problem.
It's a very big problem.
It is, yeah.
And
I also
something
agree.
I think that actually isn't talked about enough.
Yeah, buying up entry-level things and turning them into Airbnbs for the little rich, fancy people that live in the Airbnbs there, that's definitely
and like there's people that are buying like 3 or 4 entry-level houses.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, pick one, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Leave one for a young family that's coming in who needs an entry-level house.
When you go pick blueberries, you don't pick all the blueberries, you leave some for the bears.
You leave some for the bears. Because if you don't leave some for the bears, then the bears get you.
Then we get Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear comes for you.
By the way, we haven't watched Meth Gator yet.
There's a movie called Meth Gator.
I stumbled upon it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's a movie called Meth Gator. Somebody made a movie called Meth Gator.
Meth Gator.
Why have I not heard of this?
I don't know.
There's literally a movie called Meth Gator.
I stumbled upon it.
So let me guess, the gators take some meth and then
shit
happens?
I have no idea. I saw it yesterday and I was like,
who makes a movie called Meth Gator? That
know.
sounds badass though.
Yeah.
That sounds badass.
Meth Gator. All right.
Well, your feet are hurting.
No, not my feet. My shins.
Well, God bless
shins,
everyone. Let's sign off here.
Bless.
God bless everyone. Put out good vibes. Overall, very positive vibes for our country right now. We are doing better, way better, guys, and keep doing.
If you're American, please send us good vibes. If you're Canadian, send us good vibes.
Good vibes.
Let's just Switzerland, really send us good vibes.
Yeah, but overall, why don't we just put out good vibes for everything? Because that's what makes the world go around. Good vibrations. We talked about good vibrations. Good vibrations.